Done this before. Check him out making a game winner from the same spot in high school. Same way.
And you can see someone has taught Jordan on these game winners, kick your legs out so maybe you get a foul call if you miss it. He kicked his legs out on both of these, kind of sideways, a little old Reggie Miller style to get it. That's unbelievable from the same spot on the court, CC.
Same spot. Muscle memory. That's why you practice. Man, that was a great, that was amazing. For that young kid in that situation, he wasn't the primary shooter going to be on that play. He was the second or third choice. But like I said before, great play call by the coach.
And what was the old show, The Wide World of Sports, where it started with this a victory and the agony of defeat? Nothing illustrated it more than this play and the poor kid from Houston. I feel so bad. I know I'm a softie for Devin Davis.
Describe. Tell
he
me
had
what
played
happened.
so well. He'd made 8 straight free throws as a 67% free throw shooter. Then misses 3 of his last 4, including the last 2 to ice the game that opened the door for Jordan Poole. I don't know Devin Davis, even though I have no relation to him. I felt so sick for him. Oh my God. You think I'm weak?
You're kind of a soft, you know, like, no, we love it, and you're the hard
No, you're yelling about something that don't make sense, and now you're, oh, I feel bad for this guy who missed 2 free throws. They're free. They're free throws. You feeling bad?
I felt sick to my stomach.
A big heart.
Sick to my stomach watching that.
I don't believe that.
I swear,
right,
I swear to you.
If that did, hopefully Tiger Woods, you made you feel better. Another tournament, another weekend in contention. Tiger Woods finished 5th at the Arnold Palmer this weekend, his second top 5 finish in a row. He shot a 3 under par on the final day, keeping him in contention for most of the afternoon on Sunday. Here's more from Tiger Woods after that final round.
If you would have asked me, you know, at the beginning of the year that I would have had a chance to win 2 golf tournaments, that would have been, I would have taken that in a heartbeat. Very, extremely.
CC's second straight finish in the top 5. How optimistic are you about Tiger Woods?
I'm very optimistic. I'll take you guys back to Friday morning. After Tiger had shot 4 under, he was on the leaderboard. People were excited. Hendrick Stenson came back later on, shot a bigger number later in the day.
Later in the day on Thursday to get to 8 under.
Yes, but I told you where I wanted Tiger Woods to be consistent, to make the cut, to get in contention on the back 9 on Sunday, and finish in the top 5. That's exactly what Tiger Woods did. He's been able to show that now I can bounce back. 2 weeks. He's done this twice this year in back-to-back tournaments where he's been able to not only play and make the cut, but also get the practice rounds in, to get that nervous tension, to get out there in the crowd. So for me, these were monumental tournaments for him to be able to feel the pressure, see himself hit shots, not only his iron game, but his short game, to be able to do that under pressure. That is what you want. Tiger Woods, I said that last week, that he would win in the next month. I still believe in the next month he will win a golf tournament. I wouldn't be shocked at all if he won the Masters. If you look at this week's tournament, I think there's 140 players playing at Bay Hill. 24 of the top 50, probably the toughest field that we've seen in the world play this year. Augusta is not that way. It will be the top field, but there's only 72 players. And in 72 players, I'm telling you, there are less than 20 that can actually win it. That means they have the game and they have the nerve to be able to hold up to Augusta's pressure. So, yes, Tiger Woods, amazing finish at Bay Hill. A tournament that he has dominated, has won 8 times. This was exactly what I needed to see, and I'm really excited about Tiger going forward.
Man, and if people, I understand on Sunday, if they were watching the NCAA tournament and they were not able to be locked in on Tiger, I want to paint the picture a little bit, because he starts the day 5 shots off the lead, right? So he knows he's going to need the leaders to come back a little bit. He's going to need to make us push, and he does. And he goes to the tee box at 16 at 12 under. With the leaders all of a sudden at 13 under. Now, Rory hadn't made his unbelievable charge yet. And he goes to tee box at 16 thinking, this is a par 5. If I birdie, much less eagle this thing, I can win this tournament. Now, he had a bad shot on 16. He talked about it after the round. He said, I was indecisive. I either needed to bomb it or just hit my 3-wood. He ended up going in between is what he said. He didn't commit to it. He kept saying, I didn't commit to it. He went way out of bounds, and that basically ended the tournament for him. He bogeyed a hole that he needed to birdie, and then the next hole he bogeyed as well, which is why he finished at 10 under. But he was right there for the second straight weekend. Last weekend, he was to the 18th hole, one shot off the lead with a putt to force a playoff. This weekend, he was to the 16th hole, one shot off the lead with a chance to go win the tournament. And CC's talked a ton about his short game. Short game means everything around the greens. I want to talk about super short game just for a moment. In this tournament, Tiger Woods had 59 putts inside of 10 feet. He made 59 putts inside of 10 feet. 59 of 59 on 9-foot or shorter putts. It would be remarkable for anyone that's not Tiger Woods. Typically, the only guys that can do that are guys where that is the singular biggest strength of their game.
The only people that can do that, they're robots. All right? You could put a robot out there, and a robot could do worse. Based on the wind, based on the ball, could hit a little mark, a divot, and go off course. The one we saw where it went all the way around the hole.
Around.
It's incredible for him to build a putt almost robotic. I mean, from 9 feet in on the PGA Tour to be able to do that, in yesterday's greens, they were the fastest they just seen. On the step meter, they were 13 to 14. So it was encouraging to me because these are the fastest greens until they get to Augusta National.
So the short game we talked about, did you see a remarkable difference and improvement in the way he played from just last week to this week? CC, we talked a lot about breaking down his game last week.
No, Tiger Woods' short game is one of the most remarkable things. People always talk about, oh, he hits the ball long, he hits the ball. Tiger Woods' short game has always been one of the most consistent things. Wait a second. One of the most consistent things that he's been able to do. He followed up last week's spectacular short game with the same thing. His problem is his driver. He's changed his equipment. He's changed the type of steel that he's putting in his driver now. He's also going to a shorter shaft. So that's the only club in his bag, his driver, that's giving him any type of problem.
Hold on, because I have to ask you guys about this. When you're an athlete, explain this to me in golf, because I don't really get it. Why would you change something that has worked for you? Why would you change your equipment? Why, especially when you know he's already having trouble driving?
Technology has gotten better. All right, and he doesn't have the same type of body that he had 10 or 15.
So this was to help
It's lighter weight.
Yeah.
All right. It's allowed him to get the type of swing speed that he has, the highest in his career. So the technology and him embracing technology, that's exactly what he should be doing.
I think when Jenna was asking you about improvements outside of the short game, I think was the question. Outside of his short game, which was great last week and this week, because my opinion is the one thing this week I thought he did better, especially on the weekend, was his approach shots. He said it last weekend that on Sunday he didn't trust his irons, which is one of the reasons why he was hitting a bunch of greens in regulation, but it was 35 foot. It was 40-foot putts. This weekend, I thought his approach shots were much better. He also, on Sunday, was more aggressive with the driver. Now, it cost him on the out-of-bounds shot. It also cost him earlier in the round where he could have been out of bounds. He was, it seemed like, 60 yards dead right. It just wasn't out of bounds. That you said two things before the show, CC, that I want you to explain to the audience. One was about what it will mean for everyone else if and when Tiger's driver gets right. And the other was about what Rory did and if he could have done it if he were playing with Tiger.
It becomes harder when you're in the same group. Roy had talked about before the crowd noise. He didn't know how Tiger was able to play. He also complained about people and the beverages they were drinking. He was like, people used to come to a golf tournament, drink beers. Now you see guys with multiple cocktails. I don't know if we should maybe cut back on that at the golf course. So Roy's worried about a lot of things. The reason why his short game is important, all the golfers know they do not have a better short game than Tiger Woods. So they know if they don't hit the ball off the tee better than him, they have no chance of beating him because his overall ability to scramble and be able to do it with all the noise, all the distraction. If you've never been to a golf tournament, you have never seen the difference between the top 5 players in the world and the crowd that's watching them, and Tiger Woods, the number of people, how many deep they're back. They're 20 deep back in the gallery. That would describe a typical day on the weekend watching Tiger Woods, and it's hard to do that to the top players when they're playing with Tiger. Tiger's used to it. They're not used to it, and they're distracted more because golf is a quiet man sport compared to, like, football. Tiger, it's a basketball game and a football game when he's there. The other guys are used to a little more quiet and a little more etiquette around the golf course.
And if you've been out there, where it used to be everyone just watching, now it's this on everything. It's this.
And people,
except when you get to the Masters.
They confiscate that damn phone.
Yeah, you're not allowed to have your
phone. The one thing to watch when the Masters, there's par 5s. We talked about Tiger and his par 5 scoring. The Masters, the par 5s there, 3 of them are a dog leg left. Tiger has a hard time turning the ball from right to left. So those 3 holes that he has dominated, he will have a hard time if he doesn't get his driver fixed. So you say, Chris, man, what are you worrying about going forward? I'm worried about Tiger's driver, and at Augusta, 3 of the par 4s or par 5s are a dogleg right to left. And those holes Tiger struggles on hitting it off the tee.
All right, we'll look to see about that. Coming up, though, switching gears here, are the Warriors' injuries finally going to catch up to them? We'll talk about that next on First Things First.